evening, and now it's time for this afternoon's edition of Children's GBC, and here's George Buxton in his own home. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Children's GBC on a fine Tuesday afternoon. Okay, then. Now, for those of you who are wondering, why are we using a webcam that's after a certain director has used a camera with a tripod? Well, basically, we're only just doing this up just for at least 2 days, just until we get back on track. But anyway, so coming up first on Children's GBC, and just before we head into Playdays, here's Henry's Cat, in which I encounter a magic tummy button. Well, you'll soon see. You'll soon find out for yourself. Meow. Meow. Cat, in which I thought he just had a go at the magic tummy button. Yeah, and don't ask why I keep doing the Henry's Cat impression. It's because it was created by none other than Bob Godfrey himself. So anyway, let's move on to the next program now. Now, as we join Poppy, White, and Peggy back, oh yes, and how can we forget Mr. Jolly in today's episode of Playdays at the Roundabout Stop. And I think they're going to be singing about 5 firefighters. Oh, and definitely not 10, because otherwise that would be a bit silly, because that's a bit like 10 green bottles, but with firefighters on. You'll just see. You'll see what I mean as you watch this episode. So, here's Playdays. Ding, ding!
It's a play bus! But where does it go? Where does it stop? What's for the sign of the lollipop? Stop! It's the roundabout stop.
A magical ride on Rosie. Bye.
Bye!
And that was Playdays. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that, Super White, however, had to come to the rescue to rescue a certain Miss Dolly, who got trapped by a fire. Oh, and for those of you who wondered about where did Super White, the name, come from? Well, if you remember the program that used to be on Nick Jr. in the UK, there was a program called Super White. So obviously, someone must have got it inspired from that very episode that you've been seeing right now, because otherwise that would be known as the Super Y Bird. Oh yeah, and as for Poppy the cat, well, she does like a bit of quiet time at the light, but although she can't help making a noise, as she was only helping out a certain mole who gets very grumpy, as he was looking for a book with green spots. I think it was a yellow book actually. So yeah, that's Playdays for you. So coming up next on Children's GBC, it's time to head over to Bodger and Badger. At this time, they're still at the Trosh's Nosharama, in which Badger has encountered a robot, otherwise known as Shove a Chef. And will some of Bodger be replaced? Well, you'll soon find out in this episode of Bodger and Badger. You know, Bodger and Badger.
Mr. Truff.
Everywhere he goes, Bodger always knows. Badger, his badger mate is never far away. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la, Badger's never far away. Everybody knows, Badger loves mashed potatoes. He makes them into shapes and eats them every day. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la, la 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 la. Everywhere he goes, Bodger always knows. Badger, his badger mate is never far away. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la, la 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 la. Bodger and Badger are never far away.
And that was Bodger and Badger. Well, mind you, the Shovel Chef robot turned out to be a fake after all. After all, the robot certainly is an imposter. Yeah, because what Mr. Trough did not realise that the robot is actually a human form. That is not a very good thing. But at least Simon Bodger and Mavis did not get replaced at all. After all, well, and they did get £100 in wages. You know, moolah. Now, anyway, so the next programme now, and it's something to do with roadworks, and there was a hole in the road. And this is Postman Pat, and will he get around Greendale, but in a strange so will Postman Pat get around the roadworks, even though despite that size diversion on it? Well, you'll soon find out in this episode today.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat.
And that was Postman Pat. Well, I'm so glad that Postman Pat, well, I think he wasn't supposed to go through the road closed, although because he was only trying to deliver some post to the people in Greendale. And there was just one tiny baby hole on it. But I don't think PC Selby would approve of that, because one time that he got his boots stuck in the tar that Ted Glenn has made. That was a bit funny, though. So anyway, the next programme now is Fireman Sam, and today Station Officer Steele is going to be conducting a brass band. That's with a trombone, a trumpet, oh yeah, and even there was a drum on it as well. And of course, look out for the bit where Elvis has accidentally damaged the Penny's drum. Yeah, that's the bit that you might want to hear the most. Oh yeah, and the same goes with After 3, Cridlington. I haven't said one yet. Yeah, keep an eye out for that one too, because this is a bit that you'll find it funny the most. Enjoy. That was Fireman Sam. Well, mind you, Fireman Sam's invention had worked really well, so that way that they can both properly play the music. Well, what Fireman Sam didn't know, that naughty Norman Price has tried to mess up the machine. But of course, at first he didn't want to mess it up, because he was just giving him a thumbs up like that. And then when they finished, guess what? Norma just switched the music machine on. That was so fun. Boom, boom. Children's GBC, we bring you some funny gags along the way. So coming up next on Children's GBC, and before anyone else says anything, it is not my hairy armpits. It's basically Hairy Jeremy, and in today's episode, he's going to be taking a snapshot, even though cameras aren't invented in a cave world. Well, you'll soon find out in today's episode of George's Hairy Armpit. Just enjoy Hairy Jeremy whilst you can. Oh.
What do you say? He's not a superhero, nor a poet, or a king. He doesn't drive a car or do much of anything, but he's hairy.
Scary? No, hairy.
He has no superpowers, and I've never seen him fly. No secret hideaway, and no all-seeing eye. He's just hairy.
That was George's Hairy. Why is it that every time when I try to broadcast Hairy Jeremy, someone just said hairy armpits? It's because it's me, George. Sorry. It's fine, Derby. It's fine. And don't call my armpits hairy. I won't. Good. Now, as I was saying before someone interrupted me, that was Hairy Jeremy. Well, mind you, I think he did take a few snapshots at the end. Well, despite the fact that there was no actual cameras that was used in a cave world. It's basically something to do with the olden days when cavemen and cavewomen used to try and take pictures made out of carving stones. So I think that's what Hairy Jeremy did. So anyway, the next program now, it's going to be something to do with advertising, in which Sue came to the rescue. And it's Sooty and Co. You know how the song goes. Well, it goes like this. Hey, ho, it's Sooty and Co. Everybody say, George's Hairy Armpit. Here's Sooty and Co. And it's not my hairy armpit.
Hey, ho, it's Sooty and Co. Everybody say hello! There's Sooty and Sweep.
Where is Scampy? Oh, there you are. Before you do, we better say goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. See you again soon. Okay, Sooty, your turn to sell to Scampy. Okay? Right, you're going to sell him this.
Everything's a bargain.
Just a reminder that there will be another episode of Sooty and Co, which is only happening either next week or tomorrow. But coming up next, though, the Chuckle Brothers from Rotherham. And I expect that we'll join them in a few minutes. Carry on singing.
The Spender's Paradise. Spend your money here, my friend. The bargain basement price.
And that was Sooty and Co. Well, I'm so glad that Sue came to the rescue, because at least Matthew gets to eat a hat in a bread. Yeah, that's so funny. Well, that did work out well. So anyway, the next program now, it's going to be something to do with pizzas. You know, the stuffed crust, cheese on it. Oh, sorry, and I know I don't mean to get everyone's mouths all watery, but because that's what today's episodes are, and it's none other than the Chuckle Brothers in Rotherham, Chuckle Vision. And as the Doorbin always said when it comes to me to you thing and no slacking, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you, to George the Hairy, don't even say that. Hairy Armpits. Right, just enjoy Chuckle Vision, everyone, whilst I deal with whoever said that. Right, I'm going to get you first. And don't forget that we will be having another episode of Chuckle Fishing, which is only happening tomorrow morning, and as well as tomorrow afternoon. So, and I'm sure that George Buxton will be concluding children's GBC this afternoon. Right, carry on listening to the music. And that was Chuckle Fishing. Well, mind you, I know that sometimes the Chuckle Brothers never ended the right way this time, because you see, they are accident-prone brothers, because they're just a bit like a Chuckly Chums. And of course, there'll be more fun with the Chuckle Brothers. That's coming later on Friday morning. That's if there is one, that is. But anyway, so that's it now. That's it for today on Children's GBC. And don't forget, I will be back again on Friday morning. And of course, I will be doing some more programs tomorrow morning. So make sure you don't miss it. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. You're watching GTV. And now it's time for today's episode of Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours. Ah, that's better. Well done there. Was that you just calling my armpits hairy from earlier? No, I don't remember no hair. You're lying. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. How dare you? Dare you? Just because I only just said that, just because of Harry Jeremy. But anyways, I'm very happy to say well done for not singing terribly this time. Thank you. Well, I better get out of here. Yeah, besides, I've retired from doing it anyway. Yeah, bye then, Bye. Now, as I was saying, now it's time for today's episode of Harry Jeremy. It's not Harry Jeremy now. He already had that already. Oh, God. Sorry. Nah, it's all right. But at least you've done that perfectly this time. Right, I'm out of here again. Oh, do you know what? Just go over to the episode now. Here's today's episode of Neighbours.